urgent! Niners fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Niners news, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. 49ers select controversial edge rusher in latest NFL mock draft. The San Francisco 49ers will be looking for some edge rushing help in the upcoming NFL draft. This might be the deepest draft for pass rushers in a while, and San Francisco will have opportunities to fill that need next month in Green Bay. But with so many names available, the question is, who's the best fit? And the answer depends on who you ask. In his latest NFL mock draft, NFL Network analyst Charles Davis thinks Marshall's Mike Green is the answer at numbered 11 overall in the first round. The Niners are determined to pump up their pass rush, and Green is the choice to help them in that effort, Davis wrote. Green's performance during Senior Bowl week showed his vast potential. As Davis points out, Green checks a lot of boxes for the 49ers, but there's one thing he doesn't address, and that's the controversy behind the Marshall pass rusher. Green was accused of sexual assault in high school, then again in a separate accusation while enrolled at Virginia. There were no charges filed, but he was suspended from football activities at Virginia, causing him to transfer to Marshall. It should be noted that nothing ever came from the accusations, but Green's history has made him a contentious figure in this year's draft, whether that's fair or not. Teams have so much invested in their top draft picks that they almost always do their due diligence before selecting a player, and anyone who selects Green could get a really good player, regardless of his alleged past. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Niners news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks, now let's get back to the news. 49ers urged to take a long look at former DPOY to help Saleh's defense. The San Francisco 49ers depth at cornerback has undergone significant changes since the conclusion of the 2025 season. Most notably, the departure of veteran starter Charvarius Ward has left a void in the secondary the team has yet to fill. Ward, who signed a 3-year, $60 million contract with the Indianapolis Colts in free agency, served as San Francisco's starting corner each of the last 3 seasons. He won't be easy to replace. Bleacher reports Christopher Knox named the best landing spots for the top available free agents, and he has a suggestion for the Niners signed veteran CB Stephon Gilmore to help fill the void left by Ward. Gilmore can still play, and he carries fewer questions than other players left on the free agent cornerback market. A team signing him might not be getting a Pro Bowl talent at this point in his career, but it would be getting a solid, starting caliber perimeter defender, Knox wrote. Adding, the San Francisco 49ers should take a long look at Gilmore between now and the draft. Should 49ers sign CB Stephon Gilmore in free agency? For DC Robert Saleh and a 49ers defense that already boasts top-tier talents such as Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, adding a savvy veteran like Gilmore would strengthen the back end and bring needed experience to a young group of CBs. With Ward leaving in free agency, Gilmore could be an ideal bridge corner and a solid mentor to Deommodore Lenoir and the rest of the team's DBs. The 2019 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Gilmore has started 165 games and played in countless high-stakes games, including a Super Bowl 53 appearance with the New England Patriots. Gilmore signed with the Dallas Cowboys in 2023 on a modest 1-year, $10 million deal. He signed a 1-year, $4 million contract with the Vikings last year. He'll likely command around the same or less in 2025. At this stage of his career, the veteran CB is more likely to prioritize contending for a championship than maximizing income. The 49ers, who are in winnow mode with their current roster, usually offer a legitimate shot at a Super Bowl despite a disappointing 2024 campaign. Could that be enough of a draw for a seasoned veteran like Gilmore? Maybe. Despite his age, he showed in 2023 with the Cowboys that he can still play at a high level. Per PFF, Gilmore allowed a passer rating of just 83, 3 when targeted, and held opposing quarterbacks to a 54.9 completion rate. Last season, opposing QBs had a passer rating of 99, 4 when throwing his way, allowing a completion percentage of 66.3. A current look at San Francisco's CB situation. In addition to Lenoir, the Niners have Renardo Green, a second-round pick in 2024 showed promise in his rookie season, displaying adaptability and strong coverage skills. To bolster depth, the 49ers signed Trey Brown from the Seattle Seahawks. Despite past injuries, Brown's physicality and press coverage skills align with Saleh's strategies, making him a solid addition. Additionally, the team acquired Siran Neal, known for his special teams contributions and versatility in the secondary. Still, there's room for a few more vets, particularly if they're as capable as Gilmore. His ability to shadow top receivers and thrive in pressman coverage would give the 49ers flexibility, which is something they currently need in their secondary. Well, see if he finds his way to the Bay Area. Up for grabs, 49ers could trade first round. Pick in next 4 days, the San Francisco 49ers could trade wide receiver Brandon Ayuk in the coming days, as he's due a massive bonus on April 1st. Brandon Ayuk trade rumors are not slowing down, and the San Francisco 49ers have nearly 23 million reasons to send him to a new team before the start of April. According to Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports, Ayuk's contract contains a guaranteed option bonus of nearly $23 million that triggers on April 1st. Needless to say, trading Ayuk after making that type of financial commitment will be next to impossible, so if a move is going to happen, it will probably occur in the coming days. While Schultz admits a Brandon Ayuk trade isn't likely, the NFL Insider reports the wide receiver is up for grabs and the 49ers will entertain trade offers. San Francisco probably could have received a first-round pick for his services last year, but they won't get that now that he's on a major contract and is returning from an ACL injury. However, the 49ers need to clear cap space for Brock Purdy's inevitable extension, and the following teams could buy low on the former second-team All-Pro. 5 teams that could trade for 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers have not done enough to improve their wide receiver room. While the offense should welcome the additions of Mekhi Becton, Andre James, and Najee Harris, this team needs more pass-catching talent to compete with the AFC's collection of elite offensive talent. Second-round pick Ladd McConkey is the real deal, but Quentin Johnston is better in a small role, and Mike Williams looked like a shell of himself last year. Assuming he returns to form, a Brandon Ayuk trade would give the Chargers all the offensive firepower they need for a deep playoff run. The New England Patriots signed Stephon Diggs to a massive contract, but that shouldn't stop them from pursuing a Brandon Ayuk trade. Diggs is coming off a season-ending knee injury of his own, and on the wrong side of 30, probably won't recapture his former glory. While Ayuk is returning from an injury of his own, he's younger and has higher odds of returning to an elite player. Perhaps the 49ers would entertain trading Ayuk for Kendrick Bourne and a mid-round pick. The Dallas Cowboys have one of the game's best receivers in CeeDee Lamb and not much else. Quarterback Dak Prescott is an above-average starter, but he can't carry a flawed roster by himself. Prescott historically thrives when he has 2 reliable receivers, and a Brandon Ayuk trade could give him the tools needed to compete in a competitive NFC East. The Carolina Panthers have a trio of promising but unproven receiving options in Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker, and tight end Jatavian Sanders. What they still need, however, is a proven veteran with a high ceiling. Adam Thielen will return for another season, but the former Viking is much closer to the end of his career than the beginning. Brandon Ayuk will ensure Bryce Young has at least one reliable receiver for the future and could give the Panthers one of the league's deepest supporting casts if Legette, Coker, and Sanders continue to grow in 2025. Tennessee Titans all signs point towards Miami's Cam Ward being the first overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, which means the Titans must do something to support the young quarterback. Calvin Ridley is a solid veteran, but a Brandon Ayuk trade would give this team more security when supporting their young quarterback. Head coach Brian Callahan will probably lose his job if he can't turn the team around, so going after a proven veteran at the expense of a draft pick makes all the sense in the world. And now, Niners fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot. For Niners, I'll be back any moment with more Niners news.